Hey everybody, again, this is Rachel Haney with Central Indiana Real Estate Investors Association, also known as CIREA. And today we have Mr. Eric Downing today, and he is with Hockert & Associates Law Firm and Hockert Title, and they are one of our vendors at CIREA. Eric Downing, I'm sorry, Eric, I'm going to start over. Am I even recording? I am. Hold on. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to edit that.
No problem. Yep.
All right. So, Eric, you are the operations manager for both of these companies. And I just have you here today because I wanted to get to know Hockert, both of these companies, just a little bit more. So tell me a little bit about the company, or both companies, and the history.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for having me, Rachel. We love being a vendor member of CIREA. So Hockert Law Firm and Hockert Title, we're all housed under one company called Hockert & Associates, LLC. Janet Hockert is our owner. She started the company nearly 30 years ago, and it was primarily focused back then on just real estate law. And so by design, real estate law has a lot of title needs, and so there was always this small part of the business that was the title side, but it was primarily the real estate law practice. Over the years, it progressed, and she developed a company called Valley Title Services. So it was Hockert Law Firm and Valley Title Services. We were actually located back then just around the corner from where we are now. So we were on Shadeland, just north of 79th Street, or 72nd Street. And so anyway, in the early 2000s then, she acquired the HUD contract, and it was about 6 years long. We closed all of the HUD closings in all 92 counties in the state of Indiana, and that really propelled us on the title side, and it started to grow the title business. And then since then, we've also grown the law firm. So we have 6 attorneys practicing everything from real estate law, immigration, family law practice, and then personal injury and criminal law, and then our title side as well. And so even though the HUD contract was over in 2013, they no longer hold a contract. They just allow people to close with any title company they choose. We still remained a favorite for real estate investors.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, I know from numerous classes that I've been to, Hockert always comes up. The name is just, I wouldn't say it's quite an anomaly, but you guys are very well known in this local area. You guys have made quite a name for yourself, and you have a fantastic reputation.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been a vendor with CIREA for?
So Janet became a regular vendor several years ago. We upped it to the premium vendor membership. I guess it was 2017, so about 3.5 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And that's, of course, when we were still meeting at the Broadmoor Country Club before CIREA had really taken off as big as it is today. But yeah, we've very much enjoyed that relationship, and we've made some fantastic relationships with a lot of the investor customers there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I know you guys are a regular face there. Eric, you're always there with a big smile on your face, and that's always, I always look forward to seeing you. So,
thank you.
So what do you think makes Hockert Title unique? I mean, the 30 years that they've been around, that's definitely a huge factor. People want to hear that a company's been around with experience. But in your opinion, what makes Hockert Title unique?
Yeah, so our biggest differentiator, as we call it, is being attorney-owned. In Indiana, you don't have to be an attorney-owned title company in order to practice title. There are a lot of states where it is required that you be attorney-owned, but Indiana is not one of those. So as far as from the investor's perspective, that is our biggest differentiator, because we don't have to outsource our legal needs. And of course, investors inherently have a lot of legal needs when they are buying these distressed properties. And so we feel confident that we can get a turnaround time much quicker because we just walk across the hall to get an answer from an attorney, and we don't nickel and dime our customers. A lot of times our biggest investor customers, what they really love about working with us outside of our boutique style of work, we get to know our customers very well, but it's that they don't have these big, large legal bills that they might have elsewhere, because we know that as a customer of Hockert Title, it's just kind of an ancillary product that they get is to get legal help and legal guidance along the way. Now, there certainly are things that do cost money, but in the normal routine of a file where we have to lean on an attorney to get help, we really don't charge for those things. So that's our biggest differentiator.
Yeah.
Our second biggest differentiator would be just our customer service. We have so much experience working with distressed properties. I can't think of a time in my 4 years here where we have turned a file away. In fact, most title companies that find that they're struggling to get one closed for various reasons will always turn to us. So we oftentimes get orders from other title companies because they couldn't find the solution to get it closed. And although we like to be as creative as possible, we're also following the law. We just know how to get things closed, and we have a customer service department that gets to know our customers. We really like to work in a one-on-one. We're not streamlined so much that it's just take it or leave it. We like to get to know people and understand how they want their transactions to go. And so people really enjoy that.
Yeah. I love it. It's almost, but your tagline should be, make sure it gets done. So just come to us, straight to us.
Right. Yeah, we've said that before. We find that a lot of investors, because you should never put all your eggs in one basket, right? So a lot of people use multiple title companies. And so we have some investors that do tend to give us more of their hard structured deals that they know maybe ahead of time they can't get it closed somewhere else. And so we always joke with them like, hey, we like the easy ones too. We don't always have to get the hard, complicated ones.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a huge statement for you guys. The fact that you just said you never had to turn a file down.
Right.
No.
Well, Janet has said for a long time, she didn't make this up herself, but they're in the industry. It's been known that if Janet Hockert can't close it, nobody probably can.
There's your new tagline. There you go. That could be your tagline. So that's great. Thank you for sharing that. I think that speaks volumes about your company. And if somebody doesn't want to waste their time, absolutely, just go straight to you.
Right.
So as an investor, I know we're kind of already touching on this topic, but as an investor, so you obviously deal with investors and then other circumstances and files with other people. But speaking of just investors, why would it be an advantage to use Hockert Title Services? And again, I know you kind of just touched up on that. But,
Well, so what we hear is their favorite thing is that we bring a consultative approach to every customer. So my background is actually in business consulting. So I used to work one-on-one with business owners in various industries. It was never specific to one industry, but I was brought in by a large corporation that would help small businesses really grow their business, restructure, everything from HR, operations, IT, anything like that. And so I brought that to Hockert when I came 4 years ago. And I love working with business owners and helping them navigate their way through the complexities of owning a business. What we know for sure is that real estate investors are self-employed and that they are really good at something in their business. Maybe that's the rehab part. Maybe that's the finding the customer part. Maybe that's the structuring the deal part. But most people are not really good at all facets of a business.
Right.
And so we really try to help them in the areas where they might feel like they're lacking and need some additional help. And so we've also made sure that quality is in place with our people coming in as account executives. We really want them to bring a consultative approach. So that's the thing that we hear. I mean, I've worked with investors. I've helped them hire some of the people that work under them. I've helped them restructure things. I've helped them put together operating procedures. I've helped them get connected with other investors, get networked. And so they really enjoy that. On top of, because we're attorney owned, we have the documents, right? So we have all the things that investors need in order to get structured. We can help them with their LLC to get started. We can help hold their hand to understand what other investors in the industry are doing and try to help explain the different types of investing, provide documents for them. So for example, the wholesale document package has been our most popular package. It has all the different documents that you could possibly ever need to wholesale a transaction legally in the state of Indiana. It comes with a consultation to work with one of our attorneys and understand the process. And that's been hugely successful because new investors, really, other than just reading stuff online and maybe taking an out-of-state class, they don't know what they're getting into. And so having a company to hold their hand and help answer questions. On top of that, then we have our education. So the consultative approach, the documents, the attorneys, we provide a ton of education. So as you know, in Cyrea, we come and do classes for them. The last one was on seller financing. So it kind of runs all the legalities of how to do a seller financed transaction. I do a ton of education one-on-one like this in Zoom meetings and also in person with new investors. So I would say it's the education, hand-holding, and all the documents and consultative approach that we provide.
If there was ever a holistic approach when it comes to title work, it's definitely you guys. It's nice to know that it's not just title work. Because when I think of Hockert Title, you guys, I do think, oh, they can help us with title work. But it's great to hear you emphasize that you also have the documents. You guys have the networking connections. I mean, you've helped other investors hire people. That just shows that you guys go above and beyond just what is in your title name. I mean, that's a plan.
Right.
So, you know,
because it's so normal for title companies to kind of get caught inside the box, and they're not thinking outside, where we understand that if we can help our investor partners and our realtor partners, if we can help them grow their business and figure out a way for them to have more transactions, that should be more transactions for us as well. And so it just kind of goes together, right? Like, we would love to have the relationships with all the top producing people in the state, but that's not our niche. Our niche is to really work and cultivate some of the newer investors, newer realtors, and create those relationships that last forever, and that trust and that bond that lasts forever.
Spread the love. Spread it out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So last question of the day, how has being a vendor at Cyrea helped benefit Hockert Title?
Hugely. Brand awareness. When I came in about 4 years ago, we were just Hockert and Associates. We weren't really using the Hockert Title DBA. And so people, when I would go out to try to sell and talk to customers, they're like, well, aren't you like a law firm or like a CPA firm, or like, what is the Associates and LLC and all that? So we started a branding mission about the same time we became a premium vendor member with Cyrea. And so it really just propelled our brand, that we are Hockert Title, that we do title work in addition to our law firm. But we have created so many wonderful relationships. We've really enjoyed getting to know all of the board members, and Vicki, of course, has really been such a major component of the growth that Cyrea has found over the last several years. And we've just, tons of document packages, tons of new customers, great relationships. So it has hugely benefited us.
Yeah, that's great. And, there is, I don't know if there's a lot of people that know the difference. There is a vendor package with Cyrea, and then there's a premium vendor. And you guys are a premium vendor. And if you as an audience is interested in learning the difference, please definitely contact me. There's a little bit more benefits to it. Which obviously you guys decided to take that route. And it sounds like you guys are enjoying some of this.
I do. And I'll be honest with you, Rachel, I think all the time I have a reminder on my calendar once a week to remind me to utilize some of those special benefits that we get, like the Friday promos. I always want to submit for a Friday promo, and there are just so many more things available to the premium vendors than compared to the, I guess, regular or non-premium vendors.
Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Because again, not many people know there's a difference in package, but we're trying to let people know there is a difference. There's a little bit more you can get.
Right.
So, Eric, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. I really enjoy hearing what you have to say about Hockert Title, and you always just exude this. You love the company. It's very obvious that you are very passionate about working for Hockert Title and Associates. So, well, thank you so much, and I will make sure to add all of your platforms on here so people can have an easy access to like and follow your company. So
awesome. Well, thanks for having me, Rachel. I appreciate it, and have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.